Petnat is like a half sparkling wine.
Yeah, so this is a Petnat, and like I'm familiar with Petnats, but can you just get into like the difference between what natural sparkling wine is versus like a champagne or a more traditional
Yeah.
prosecco or
There's like a wide array of sparkling wine, or there's a wide array of how you can make a wine sparkling, but basically all wine starts as sparkling wine because it's going
yeah.
through fermentation, and fermentation is causing that CO2. So if you let that kind of evaporate off into the air, then you're just going to have your still wine.
Okay.
But it's about the different ways that they trap the wine, they trap
Yeah.
the CO2. Sorry.
Yeah.
In this particular case, basically they're allowing the wine to do its fermentation thing, and then at some point they're going to move it into a bottle while it's still fermenting and then top it. You have to really know what you're doing, because if you close it too soon, then the bottle will explode
Got it.
because the
Got it.
fermentation
Yeah.
is still going. Or if you wait too long, then you end up with a still wine.
Okay.
But with champagne, they're going through two fermentations. So they're making the base still wine,
Yeah.
and then they're restarting the fermentation with
Okay.
like a little dosage or mixture of
Yeah.
yeast and sugar.
Yeah, the champagne process is crazy for anybody who doesn't know that one, and it's very obvious why you have a crazy headache after you drink too much champagne, which is not similar to the Pet Nat experience. I can drink this for days and wake up feeling perfect.
And that's they're
Not
not
really.
using they're not using anything other than the native yeast that grows out on the grapes in the vineyard.
Yeah.
And that's what's starting and finishing the fermentation. They're not
Yeah.
using other
And
sources.
I've found with Pet Nats, like if you tell somebody sparkling wine, they have an expectation that it's going to be like when you pour champagne in a flute, and it's just that constant effervescence in a very consistent fashion. And that's not really the case, but it is still a very exciting, bubbly experience with Pet Nats generally. So
They're often more like fresh, and they're bright, and sometimes because of the nature of the fermentation kind of still happening in the bottle, we're still getting sediment. So
Yeah.
there will be some pet nuts that got a lot of sediment at the base because they were finishing the fermentation here.
Yeah.
So